Okay, thank you very much. So, do we understand the two concepts, paid editors and undisclosed paid editors? So if you know there are people contracting you to write articles for them, you are being paid, you can actually signify and disclose it, let people to see that you are being paid. But if you're not disclosing it, that is having a problem. And the problem is that once they notice that you are an undisclosed paid editor, you are going to be blocked. Okay? So that's why it is called free to use and free to edit. So now the other two pillars falls under the content policies. The content policies are the policies that you use in writing articles. So now we take them one after the other. So verifiability. I told you that our Wikipedia articles okay, welcome back, Andy Khan. Wikipedia articles are supposed to come from reputable newspapers, not refutable newspapers. No, there are two different things here. Oh, somebody said, may you please explain free to use and free to edit again? So let me go back and do that. So I said, Wikipedia is free to use and it's free to edit, which means you are not supposed to be paid if you are writing articles. You are not supposed to be paid if you are editing any articles on Wikipedia. So it is free for everybody. But their main aim is to make sure that the sum of human knowledge is being assessed free of charge. Now, in a situation whereby someone else said you should write article for him, he's going to pay you, and you cannot say that, don't worry, keep your money, I will do it for free. So you said, oh, I will do it as a paid editor. Then you will have to disclose that you are being paid to write the article. So there's a place where you go there, you will see, you just carry the template, you will put it on your user page. They will say, this person is a paid editor. So everybody will see that. Now, but where you will have problem is if someone reach out to you that write this article for me, I'm going to give you this amount of money, and you collected the money, you wrote the article without disclosing that you are being paid to write the article. If eventually people knew that you are being paid to write article without disclosing it, you are going to be blocked from editing Wikipedia because you are deceiving people that you are a volunteer, whereas you are not a volunteer. I think you understand it now. So another thing here is what is called conflict of interest, COI. It's still under this Wikipedia is free. There are some people, they will not collect money for writing article, they will not collect anything, but the person they are writing for is very close to them, like their lecturer or their supervisor or their father or their mother or someone that's very close to it that they have conflict of interest with. So if you wanted to write any article with conflict of interest, you have to also indicate that you have conflict of interest on this particular article. There's a template you also put on the article that make people to know that the person writing this article is closely related to the subject. So that people that are reviewing the article, they will take their time to review the article. If the article passes the notability of Wikipedia space, then it will be. So if the article did not pass the guideline, then it will be rejected. So this is under free to use and free to. Are people who receive data reimbursement paid editors? No, they are not paid editors. Let me explain the reason why they're not paid editors. One, if you receive data reimbursement, you are working on different articles. We are not saying that you must, for instance, if I say that you must work on Moib Sheffield, on creating an article for Moib Sheffield before you receive your data reimbursement, then it's no longer data reimbursement, it's just like a payment. But you're working on a varieties of articles. The one you know, you don't even, a lot of articles, you don't even know them. You're just working on them. So the data reimbursement is just to motivate you and subsidize the amount of money you spend when making your research. You get it now? So that's why they give data reimbursement to people, not money. So when you look at the way you write articles, you write them in bulk, you go in different places to look for names. If you are from Nigeria, you see articles from Ghana, Gambia, Uganda, Sierra Leone, you just do them randomly. You don't even know them. No conflict of interest, no paid editing, no undisclosed paid editing. So data reimbursement is not categorized under paid editing. So thank you very much for that question. So we move down to the next one. So now, the other two policies are woven to under content policies, the kind of article you write. At the beginning, I introduced to you verifiability, in which I said verifiability means, somebody said that verifiability means the ability for other people to go there and check what you have said. Now, the acceptable sources for Wikipedia are supposed to be reputable newspapers, not refutable newspaper. Let me drop the two. Reputable newspapers, not refutable. So I want someone to explain this difference between reputable newspapers and refutable newspaper. Check the chat box, you can see it there. So what do you understand by reputable and not refutable? Anybody? They sound alike, but they mean two different things entirely. So when you say reputable, it means a newspaper with a long history of providing fact and accurate information. They do not have the history of bombarding the world with mis or malinformation. That's a reputable newspaper. Whereas refutable newspaper are newspapers that have been many times dragged on the ground of misinformation, fallacious information, clickbait ad information, and a lot of stuff. So by the time we get next issue of references, we are going to explain more on this. Also, under verifiability, you talk about academic journals. You talk about books from credible publishers, publishers that have established trust, that are known to be people of integrity. So people that are known to be a professional in that particular field. So you can also use them as reputable, as acceptable sources. So you can have sources such as the BBC, the Guardians, the Premium Times, and the rest. But under non-acceptability of sources, that can also lead an editor to break the policy of verifiability. Is once you use, maybe somebody sent you a WhatsApp message that someone has died, and you go to Wikipedia to go and say the person died. You go and change the is to was because you saw it on a WhatsApp group that somebody has died, and you went ahead to go and change it. You cannot provide evidence for that, and the information is going to be reverted. When you keep on doing that, you are going to get blocked. So you cannot use WhatsApp messages as evidence that something has happened or something is about to happen or something somewhere is happening. Also, maybe you see it on a personal Facebook post of someone, or you go to an unverified blogs to take some news that someone has died. Then you begin to change that. For instance, in Nigeria here, there's Netherlands. When you go to Netherlands today, there's an article on Netherlands that said Cristiano Ronaldo is dead. The article has been there for the past 10 to 12 years. Let me see if I can still get the article out. Netherlands, Cristiano Ronaldo death. There's an article that time that said, yes. Okay, let me take my screen to the place. Let me share my screen to the place so that you can see it. Just a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me. Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, let me share the screen now. Now, you can see Cristiano Ronaldo died in a single vehicle crash on Route 80 between Royston and Roswell. He was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics responding to the vehicle accident and was identified by a photo ID from his body. Alcohol and drugs do not appear to have been a factor in this accident. March 25, 2013. Highway safety investigators have told reporters that Cristiano Ronaldo lost control while driving a friend's vehicle on Interstate 80 and rolled the vehicle several times, killing him instantly. So now, this is where they get the story from. Let me see if the article, you see, the source has been blocked. But this is where they get the story from. So imagine if you get this kind of story from this particular source. And you went ahead to use it on Wikipedia, do you know what is going to happen? There's going to be a lot of pandemonium there, because this is a celebrity that many people look up to. And as you can see, since 2013, and it's still there up to today. Nobody has gone there to say, let us remove the article. So now you cannot use blogs like that on Wikipedia as reference. So okay, as reference. So also you cannot use word of mouth information. People tell you something and you went ahead to say, okay, let us go there and put the information there on Wikipedia. It cannot work. That means oral stories in which people tell from word of mouth, from one person to another person, has no place in the Wikipedia world. So it has to be a verified document in which anybody from across the globe can go there and check. So another policy is the issue of research. On Wikipedia, we do not believe in original research. That is, you cannot say that you wanted to carry out an analysis to show that a policy has failed, or you wanted to carry out an analysis to show that something is happening somewhere. We do not believe in what original research, or we believe in the documentation of that original research. For instance, if there are independent bodies who have criticized the research and they have bring out both the good and aspect of what you have done, then we cannot use those but your own original research cannot be used. You cannot write an article and be saying, based on my analysis, this policy failed the people of a particular country. So we are not in need of your analysis. You cannot say, you cannot go and interview a particular person and say, okay, since they said you are a gay, now I'm coming to interview you to let me know if you are a transgender. So you cannot do that, but you can use a particular news media that criticize those interviews to show that this person is actually what the people are calling him. So you cannot use an interview to establish a fact, because in interview, people will not say bad thing about themselves. People will only say the good aspect of it. That means interview is highly biased, and we're not looking for a biased view on Wikipedia. Where you can use an interview is when it has to do with issue of like date of birth, personal that they really want to tell you the date they gave birth to them. They can actually say that one in an interview. You can use that one to reference. When it comes to other aspects of it, whereby they will have to be given their own opinion, then you cannot use interview. You can quote an independent news media like BBC, like CNN. So maybe the BBC have carried out their own research, and they have found out that the policy is bad. So you cannot say, okay, according to BBC, the policy faced significant criticism among the masses. So now you are not saying according to you, or you're not saying according to the person, but you are saying according to the third party, the secondary sources. Then this is what has happened. So this is just because Wikipedia wants to summarize existing knowledge. So it is not a place where you can say, okay, I've discovered a new thing, or I'm going to be interpreting my own personal opinion, or there are manuscripts that are not published that I'm going to be interpreting them. No. So what Wikipedia is trying to summarize existing knowledge. It's an encyclopedia whereby what we need is just the fact about everything, not your own opinion about a particular thing. So please, so if you are writing, you need to also take note of this policy, no original research. I introduced you to the conflict of interest earlier on. So now, these are the list of things that can give you a conflict of interest. If you want to write an article about yourself, you can't do that because you are going to be having a conflict of interest. There's no way you will write an article about yourself and you are going to come out clean. There are places whereby you are going to jump. There are places whereby you are going to manipulate the words just to favor yourself. So when you cannot write an article about yourself, know that. Don't write an article about yourself. A lot of newbies usually make this mistake and say, okay, now let me write an article about myself. Once you do that, the article will be automatically deleted. And if you're not careful, you are going to be suspended too. You cannot also write an article about your organization. A particular company that employed you, giving you a salary or your wages, you cannot write an article about them, because writing an article about them will bring about conflict of interest. So you have to refrain yourself from writing an article about that. Your employer, the person that employs you, your supervisor, the person that is supervising your project, all of them, you have your co-workers, your colleague at work. So you cannot write an article about them. It brings about conflict of interest because you go beyond what you are supposed to do. You are going to be extra writing the articles because there's no way you will not try to promote them. So that is why the policy says all of them fall under the conflict of interest. For instance, I'm the founder of Afrodemics. So I cannot write article about myself. So what I can do is maybe I will just wait for independent editors to create neutral and verifiable content about me if it exists. Not that I will go ahead and say, I want to write article about myself. So there's a better approach to that. So if you think you are notable and you want to be on Wikipedia, so it's notable. So if they see you are notable, they will write it. Or you can just wait for the right time. Independent editors will review and write the article. So another approach is that if you know you wanted to write article for these people, then you have to declare your connection openly. Tell the whole world.
Sorry, can you hear
Now,
me?
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're breaking at some point.
Oh,
So I don't know if you can repeat
okay. You
earlier.
can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, so the last approach is if you know, okay, maybe you wanted to write it, then you have to declare it openly. But mind you, the best one is for you not to write about them. Let other people do that to avoid stories that touches the heart. Do you understand now? So, um, so now this is a realistic conflict of interest scenario. Let's assume you are a university staff and you create a Wikipedia page about your vice chancellor, and the only thing you use is your school website. What do you think will happen? On the school website, the only thing that they will put on the school website is the positive thing about their vice chancellor. Go to all the schools' websites in this world. They will not put anything negative under their vice chancellor's name. When you began to research, you began to see that a lot of vice chancellors have corrupted cases, have embezzled money at some point in their life, have been accused of one particular offense or the other, but the school website will not put it there. So when you create a vice chancellor's article with a school website, now the first problem is that you are going to be relying on promotional tone, because it is the articles, the source you are using is going to be projected in a way that the vice chancellor is the best vice chancellor in the world. So you are going to be dragging promotional articles into the Wikipedia. You are not using independent sources. And lastly, you have conflict of interest because your vice chancellor is the one that employ you. So you're a university staff member. It is one that signed your contract. So there's no way you will create article and you wanted to talk about any of its atrocities. If you do that and they go and check that you're the one that did that, you might actually land yourself in problem. So what you're going to do is you can request for independent citations, go online and search, remove professional language, or disclose your relationship with the person. But the best practice is just suggest the article for other editors to create. Once you do that, you don't have any issue. After the person created the article, you can go there and use independent sources to edit and improve the article. Now, as a newbie on the Wikipedia space, many people who edit Wikipedia usually complain about, especially on the English Wikipedia, usually complain about the harsh reality of the admins. Some people will say that, oh, they are even blocking people anyhow these days. I don't know what I have done. But you need to understand that before you become an admin on Wikipedia, before you become a patroller on Wikipedia, you have to pass through some things. And one of those things is AGF, There's a policy for that. That is, whatever people do on Wikipedia space, always assume good faith, which means that always be positive. Be positive about everything. If you are being corrected, take the correction positively. If your article is being reverted, take it positively. If your article is being deleted, take it positively. Let me give you a scenario. 3 or 4 years ago, I created an article about Wale Fanon. The person was born as SS, and the person used up to 70 years before he eventually died at the age of 70 something years. So many people have been thinking he's going to die before the age of 10. He survived 10, he survived 20, he survived 30, he survived 40, he survived 50, he survived 50, 60, he survived 70, he died at the age of 70 plus. When the article was created, someone nominated the article for speedy delete, and the article was deleted in just 2 hours. Article that I created, I spent 2 to 3 days creating the article, was deleted in less than 2 hours. So when it was deleted, I just moved on. 3 weeks later, the article was returned to my list of articles, and I just saw a talk page by someone saying that this article was nominated for speedy delete, and it does not meet the criteria for speedy delete, so it was deleted. So please, if any of your articles are being deleted in the future, please kindly reach out to me for me to check. You see, the person that deleted the article, I did not drag with the person. I assumed good faith. Maybe I was wrong. The person was not notable. Let's not assume I said, oh, you are a very wicked person and you deleted my article on purpose. Then the person might use that against me. The article would be returned and I will be penalized for using foul languages. So on Wikipedia, as an editor, you are not allowed to use any foul language. You are not allowed to say someone is stupid or somebody is idiot. You're not supposed to say someone is targeting you. You're not supposed to say that I'm going to take you to court. Let's assume somebody said you are a paid editor. Then you got angry and said, see, we met in court. So that we meet in court on Wikipedia is wrong. You cannot threaten anybody on Wikipedia. Not with legal, not with court, not with anything. So now, if someone deleted your article or someone reverted your article, don't say, why are you targeting me? I've noticed you. For the last time you have been reverting my article. Why are you targeting me? So that's a very bad reaction, and you are not assuming good faith. You can say, could you please explain why this edit was reverted? And the person will say, okay, this edit was reverted because of this. Then you can all see, okay, you can all see if actually the person is right or you are wrong. Or you are wrong, the person is right. So at times on Wikipedia, you can actually explain to admin and they understand your point of view and issues will be resolved amicably. But when you overreact, then you are making the issue to be more complicated. Instead of saying you deleted my work on purpose, you can say, I would like to discuss this on the talk page, why this article was deleted. 2 months ago, someone reached out to me that his article was deleted and the article was nominated 2 years ago and survived the nomination. But 2 weeks ago, the article was nominated and with just only one response, the article was deleted. So what we did was that we went to the top page of the person and we kindly asked them to return back the article so that more people can participate. And the article was returned. So if I use foul languages, the article will be returned and I will be in trouble. And also you cannot have personal issue with someone on Wikipedia. Maybe somebody reverted your article and also you say, okay, we are going to do it, do me and do you. One no go first, do me and do you. Since you are reverting my article, me too, I will go and be reverting all your articles. since you are deleting my article, you will go back and delete all your articles. When you do that, you are taking a revenge, and you are going to be penalized for that. And the penalty is blocking. So I think you understand this policy of always assuming good faith. Anything that happens to you, take it with positive mind. Don't take it with negative mind. So negativity will allow you to overreact. And when you overreact, you are going to land yourself in trouble, and you might not be able to remove yourself from that trouble. That's the reason why you always have assuming of good faith when it comes to editing. Now, why do you think assuming of good faith is important? Okay, let me just ask this question. Is there anybody that has, on Wikipedia space, find himself in one or two problems, and the problem escalate, or did the problem, or you were able to resolve the problem amicably? So you can unmute yourself and speak. Have you ever gotten yourself in a problem whereby you have to resolve the problem amicably, or it escalates to the extent that you don't even know what to do? Anybody? Maybe they are talking about copyright violation, or they are talking about drafting your articles all the time. Do you have anybody that has been working on Wikipedia and they have come in contact with issues, and the issues were resolved amicably? So don't say yes or no. You don't have to explain the issue. So if you have found yourself in any problem, don't know. Yes. If not, just say no. I want to know if you have actually been interacting with patrollers, admin on Wikipedia. So let's use the chat box, please. Yes or no question. That's a polar question. Have you gotten yourself in any problem before on Wikipedia?
Yes, I have, and it was amicably resolved.
Okay, that's very good. So when it was resolved, when they were talking to you, the kind of tone they were using, was it harsh tone or calm tone?
It was a very sweet tone, ma.
Yeah,
it was Ma'am Harry.
Yeah. So this is what I want you to know. Almost everybody on Wikipedia passed through this AGF. So we are being taught, and we are being told not to bite newcomers. So there are a lot of admins that lost their adminship because of newcomers. They were busy blocking newcomers, biting them. They cannot explain the reason why they are wrong. The only thing they can do is block. So eventually, a lot of them lost their adminship. So you should know, on Wikipedia, there's mutual respect. If somebody abuses you, don't abuse the person back. Just take the abuse. Go to ANI and go and complain that I was editing, I made some few mistakes, and this person attacked me. Then you dropped the attack. That's it. And the person will be called, and the person will apologize. And if the person cannot apologize, then the person will be blocked. So on Wikipedia, each and every disputes are supposed to be resolved amicably. Because without AGF, assuming you have good faith, conflict will escalate. And when conflict escalates, what will happen? Editors will leave. Experienced editors will leave. Newbies will refuse to edit because no one is being paid to edit. We are editing it. So if there are issues and everybody is busy abusing each other, then people will leave and nobody will be there to grow the page. So with AGF, editors will stay and grow. I've faced a lot of issues on Wikipedia. If not for assumption of good faith, I would have left the space. A lot of things I've faced. But because anytime we are solving a problem, we always solve the problem with the assumption of good faith. So if without this AGF, the Wikipedia project will collapse. Because when new editors refuse to edit and the experienced editors are leaving, what will happen? The project will collapse. So, but with AGF, this project will thrive for a very long time Now we are talking about 25 years anniversary. So in the next 25 years, if we are still alive, we are going to be talking about 50 years anniversary of the Wikipedia project. I think we need to clap for Wikipedia for these 25 years. It has been a long journey, and it has been an insightful one. So let me see emojis of clapping for our Wikipedia. I'm not seeing anything. Andika, can you see from your end? Okay.
Yes, I can see.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. I can see a lot of claps. So always assume good faith if you are editing Wikipedia. Now, this is the last thing that we're going to be discussing today. Common mistakes that new editors make. So you should know them, and you should always learn how to cope with them. In this world of professional era, everybody wants to be seen, and everybody wants to be play along. So you should know that Wikipedia is not a LinkedIn page, whereby every article you write, you have to put promotional tone, you have to praise them, you have to highlight them, and also the use of AI. Wikipedia does not say we should not use AI. I think in some few months back, I did a training on the best, the good, the bad, and the best way of using AI on Wikipedia space. At times, when you use AI to write content, AI we indirectly and subconsciously inject some promotional language into your content. So you have to sit down and check those content very well before you push them into Wikipedia. So another thing is copyright violation. Copyright violation. Newbies always make this mistake. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. You are not allowed to copy from any other sources and paste it directly onto Wikipedia. What we are asking you to do is to look at those sources, paraphrase it, and bring the paraphrase onto Wikipedia. So once if you are doing copy and paste, I can still recall vividly. There's one person called, is it Macapra? She's an admin. When I started, I was doing a little bit of copy and paste. I was not doing more of paraphrasing. The paraphrasing was not that much. She'd warned me for the first time. She warned me for the second time. I did not see the warning. For the third time, she said, if you do copy and paste again, I'm going to block you. That was when I saw the message. So she has been talking to me, but I've not been seeing the message. I said, newbie. When I saw that one, I was scared. So from that time, I've been paraphrasing all my content. Up to today, I do my paraphrase manually. So as a newbie, you have to make sure that you're not entangled in the web of copyright violations. And also, using only primary sources. There are a lot of independent and third-party sources. Using only primary sources like the university website, like the company website, so will not enrich your work. So you have to look beyond primary sources and go for secondary sources, whereby you'll be able to see a lot of analysis and you'll be able to write from a neutral point of view. And the last one that you need to avoid is you need to always be doing is always check your talk page. See, before you cannot do something once on Wikipedia and get yourself in trouble. They will have warned you for the first time, warned you for the second time, warned you for the third time. But if you're not checking your talk page, it will be as if you are ignoring their messages. And once they say that you're ignoring their messages, the only way to call you to an order is to block you. Because if you're unable to edit Wikipedia, you begin to wonder, what happened? Why can't I edit? That's when you'll be able to see, okay, they have been sending me messages and I've been ignoring them. So always check your talk page. By the time you come back for the next session, you are talking about the practical one. I show you all these places. The top page, the red one, the blue one, what the red one is, what the blue one is. So that when you enter and you saw the red one, you go and check what is going on there. If you see the blue one, you go and check what is going on. So that you are going to have a lot of time to do your work without any disturbance. Now, I don't know if you can see this practical. This one, I'm going to be dropping the link. I told you we have assignments. There's one that you are going to be submitting, and there's one that you are going to be reading. This one, once I drop it, what you have to do is to read. There are hundreds of articles there. To read a particular article, only one article, you just read it. And you will screenshot the area in which you think there's a promotional language. You will screenshot it, circle it, and drop it in a group chat. Only one, please. Let me enter it for you to see. We have hundreds of articles. You see, in each of them, this one 18, this one 10, 27, 24, 13 articles. So you have a lot of more than 1,000 articles. Just look for only one. You will read it. All of these articles are promotional articles. As you can see, this is category article with a promotional article. So you are going to be reading only just one. For instance, if you click on 2017 now, they will give you 124 articles with promotional tones. Then you click on one of them, read it, screenshot where the promotional tone is, and circle it with red marker, drop it on the book. So you see, just click, read any one of them. You see, then you read it, then you screenshot where the promotional tone is, circle it, and drop it on the book. So that's the first assignment. As you can see here, you see you have a new top page message. So if I wanted to check, I will check. This is where I said top page, where you are supposed to be seeing, you're supposed to be looking at all the time. Anytime you enter your Wikipedia page, you go here and check. So let us go and check the kind of message that I have. So they are telling me about the Wikicorp March newsletter. So this is what is got for me. So I will read it. If I'm to reply, I will reply. If not something I can reply, I will leave it. Okay? So that's the first assignment. So I'll be dropping the link to that assignment in the group chat, and also I'll be dropping it in the chat box right now. Only one article out of
Hi, Mr. Moy. So I think we've lost him. Mr. Moy, are you there? Okay, the network just kicked him out. So give him some time to join us back. So in the meantime, how has the training been?
I'm back.
Okay.
So
All right.
please,
Welcome back.
where did that stop? I don't know what. Where did that stop? Have I introduced the first assignment to you?
Hello, Mr. Moy.
Can you hear me?
Your voice is kind of breaking. Can you maybe
It's
move
the
closer
network.
to your mic?
Yeah, it's the network. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you.
I said, have I introduced the assignment to them before the network kicked me out?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I think I was talking about an assignment. So I'm not, they did not see that? Oh, so let me go back then. So I don't know, can they just tell me where I stop? Can anybody tell me where I stopped before the network? Because I was just busy talking. I didn't even know that I was not on the call again. So can anybody tell me where I stopped so that we can pick it up from there? Anybody?
Okay.
You were talking about the assignment.
Okay. So I said we are going to be, let me share my screen again. I said we are going to be having two assignments, practical one and the one for Google Form. Now this list, I will drop it in the chat box now, and I will also drop it in the group. What you have to do is read through the category. You have more than 1,000 articles there. You will click on only one article, read the article, screenshot it, and cycle where you think there's a promotional language. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, now do you understand the article? I want to see like 3 or 4 years on the chat, or in the chat box. Yes? I can see 1 year.
Your voice is breaking again.
Now, is it okay now?
I think your voice keeps on, it gets muffled at a point, it breaks, then it comes clearly at a point. So
It's the network that is creating those issues. The network has been very terrible today, especially this MTN. So now, is the voice clear now?
yes, it is.
Hello, is the voice clear now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we pray it stays like that. So I said, do you understand the assignments now? Or should I explain it again? I'm talking to the
Maybe you
mentees.
can just go through it again.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me do that again. But you can still see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see it.
So let me share my entire screen instead of only one screen. So I said the assignment is this. You are going to read through the Wikipedia promotional article category. Let me click on it for you to see. We have more than 1,000 articles here. As you can see them, they are being grouped by each month. So what you have to do is to click on any month. Let me say October 2016. Then you go and you will click on any article. Let's say this one. And you will read and screenshot a particular place where you have a promotional article. Then you cycle that particular promotional sentence and say, okay, this is where the promotional sentence is. Don't touch it, just screenshot, because now we are yet to go to the stage of articles editing. Just go there, identify it, screenshot it, and just cycle it. Then you drop the screenshot in the group chat. in the WhatsApp group chat. So do you understand the assignment now? Yes, do you understand the assignment now? Can you still hear me? Okay, I can see yes. So we are good to go for the first assignment, right? Okay, yes. Thank you very much. So for the second one, I'll be dropping the link to the Google form in the chat box. So you are going to be filling the right answers, and at the end of the assignment, you will see your score. So you are going to also screenshot that score too and drop it in the group. Okay? So that one is very simple, right? It covers everything that we have done here today. You go through the Google form. The Google form has been programmed in a way that every time you choose the right answer, they will give you a particular mark. So by the end of everything, you get your score, screenshot it, and send it to the group. Okay, so we are going to be moving down to question and answer. If you have any question, let me know. So questions? Questions?
Please, if you have any question, you can turn on your microphone and speak, or you can drop it in the chat.
Questions, please. Or if the question will not come now, we are in the same group together. So if you face any difficulty during the process of the assignment, you can actually reach out, and we are going to also solve the problem there. So these two assignments should be submitted before our next training. So Andy, when are we having our next training? Is it 9 or 10 or so? Oh. So please let them know when we are going to be having our next training on the group, so that they will program themselves to submit the assignment before
I'll
our
do
next
that.
training. Okay, thank you very much. So
Thank you very much for the training.
So in the next training, we are going to be doing practical. We are going to be going to Wikipedia and creating Wikipedia articles. So don't rush. We create Wikipedia article. In fact, the thing that I enjoy doing most, people that know me, is to create Wikipedia articles, live Wikipedia articles. But I was told that many people here are newbies. So before you start creating articles, you need to understand some of these policies. So in our next training, we'll be discussing notability guidelines. This one is what you need to know before you edit. That one is what you need to know before you create articles, so that you not create article that will land you into problem. Okay, so we will take it gradually. Our main aim at the end of this training, the main aim is in 1 month, you should be able to create standard article. Whenever you will create article and you will get tired of creating articles. Don't worry. Okay? Okay. So over to you, Andika. Andika,
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Muib, for that presentation. It was very insightful, and I'm sure we can always reach out in the group chats when we have any concerns or if we need any clarifications. Thank you very much. Andy Khan, over to you. Do you have some last words for us before we leave?
Okay. I think I will just say thank you to our trainer, and thank you all for coming out for the training. And I hope you've learned a lot of things today. all your questions that you had in the past. I think if you have been answered, if not all. So we'll be expecting to see you do the assignment and also see you in the next training. And we're also hoping to see you train other people in future. Yes, that's why we are organizing this mentorship program. So we'll be excited to see you in future. So thank you very much and have a blessed evening.
Before we end the
So
session,
okay.
please. Okay, before we end the session, we would like to take a group photo of every participant present here. So if you are comfortable opening your camera, do so right now.
Hello, Mel. Are you done?
Our photographer, we are still waiting for you. I think,
Yes, I am done now. Thank you.
okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you everyone, and we draw the curtains here. See you in the group. Bye.